Welcome to Decades of Horror, the 1980s.
You admit it is possible for a piece of glass to retain the image of someone who sits in front of it for a great period of time?
I say, what?
You heard me.
This is episode 292, recorded August 20th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
That's actually in Lovecraft's story, but
really,
yeah. Anyway, he uses that as a reason, like this guy. And never mind. My name is Jeff Mohr. This podcast is about horror films released between 1980 and 1989. Each episode, my co-hosts Bill Mulligan, Crystal Cleveland, and Chad Hunt and I will tackle another classic or not so classic film from this radical, gory, influential, and gruesome decade. Joining me tonight is Crystal Cleveland, actress and YouTuber. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm great. I'm great. Dragon Con's coming up. Yay, I'm excited about that. I'm trying to not talk about the film.
I believe this will be out before Dragon Con. So yeah, get the Dragon Con in Atlanta. Well, Dragon Con is Labor Day weekend, right?
Yep, it sure is.
So what is today? The 20th? This will come out like September 1st, I think.
Oh, just at the end.
Cutting it close. Yeah.
Because it starts the 28th. So it'll be the end of Dragon Con. Yeah.
I was thinking, never mind.
Well, here's a preview. I'll be sitting there. I'll have my book next to me and my name tag.
Did you make yourself a name? Did you make yourself a nameplate?
No, this is from another con. I just noticed it was like hanging under my computer. Yeah, it's very cute.
I should.
All right.
Make a name.
Glad you're here,
cool.
Crystal.
Sparkles,
also joining us is Chad Hunt, comic book artist, co-host of Decades of Horror, the All of Them. How you doing, Chad?
Well, I did know how I was doing, but I can't think of the name of it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I bet you couldn't describe it either. Last but not least is Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, co-host of Decades of Horror, the All of Them as well, and a published author.
It's almost too late for summer reading, so you better order them fast. Rom. Oh, there's another one. Wow, yours looks
also make great fall reading too.
Yeah, make fall reading, and if you have like an old school stereo system, you can buy a stack of them and put your speakers on top, because that actually does make the sound a whole lot better. Stuffing books underneath. I don't know why. I learned that in college.
That sounds neat.
Yeah.
I'm not even going there.
Does anyone even have an old stereo system anymore?
I do. And actually, you do want to have your speakers off the ground, because you need a little room for the cone of sound to come out before it gets cut off by the
cone of sound.
So, that's right. So anyway, who am I and what is the meaning of this? Decades of Horror and Gruesome Magazine are partnering with Play Now Media on several of their channels. And in fact, Decades of Horror of the 1980s is on the Wicked Horror TV channel. And we do have a promo code for you. For 80s, it's DOH80, DOH all caps 80. And for that, you get 20% off your first payment. So if you sign up for the monthly plan, you get 20% off your first month. If you sign up for the annual plan, you get 20% off the annual fee, which is a great deal. It ends up being only $40 for a year then.
Good stuff.
Anyway, check them out. We love them. I go there all the time to look for movies and watch. So lately, like I said on the last time, I've been found footage prospecting. Anyway, so check them out. Also, on this podcast, what we do is give some basic details of the film we're covering, followed by each of our first impressions of the movie. Then we talk about how they market the film, taglines, posters, etc., and then move on down the road. And just so you know, if you haven't watched this before, we spoil the heck out of the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie and it bothers you that we're spoiling it, you should watch the movie first. or listen to this and decide I don't want to watch that movie. That'd be another way to look at it. But anyway,
we took a bullet for you.
We can, however you would rather do it. So I think I'm adjusting my windows and finding stuff that I'm going to cut. Let's see. Okay. Our movie this episode is The Unnamable from 1988. Directed by Jean-Paul Ouillet. Written by Jean-Paul Ouillet, the screenplay from the H.P. Lovecraft story. Actually, The Unnamable. And it was first printed in Weird Tale magazine in 1925. The cast includes Charles Klausmeyer, Mark Kinsey Stevenson, Alexandra Durrell, Laura Albert, Mark Pera, I can't read. Oh, Katrin Alexandra, Ebenham, and Blaine Wheatley. It's produced by KP Productions and Yankee Classic Pictures. It was filmed in the house locations are in Malibu, and the college locations are UCLA and California. It was filmed in 3 weeks in August 1987, and the release date was June 1988 in the US, and it was a video premiere. Went straight to video. Budget $350,000 estimated. Also known as H.P. Lovecraft's The Unnamable, La Criatura in Italy, The Creature, El Señor del Mal in Mexico, or The Lord of Evil. I guess Señor would be Sir, but and in Germany, the ever popular, totally unconnected title, even in English, The White Monster.
Oh, well, that's
I
fair.
Guess right, but
yeah, I mean, she that's not totally crazy.
And we're showing a picture of the Unnamable.
Yep.
As it turns out, if you watch the second one, as it turns out, she actually has a name.
Oh, wow. They couldn't even get that right. I mean,
okay, well, that's silly.
Well, this one is Crystal's pick. Crystal.
Yay.
What are your impressions?
We still love you.
Well, this is the first time I saw this film. Okay, I only picked it because Bill and I have a Lovecraft panel, and I thought since I was going to watch it anyway, because for the panel, I might as well,
sure,
put it to a secondary use. Look, okay, it's not a great film because it's boring. But I will say that I liked the gore. Like, I think it was good. And I actually liked the creature. I thought she was cool. So while I found the acting, wow, rough. And the character's cliche, to say the least. And the story kind of boring. There were some moments I enjoyed. I think the cinematography was fine. I didn't have any issues with that. I like the gore.
Mm-hmm.
And the gore.
I wish I could more precisely pinpoint why it didn't work for me, because the production value was okay. It was pretty decent, actually.
Yeah.
But I found myself just drifting off while I was watching this. And I would come back into it when someone would get got or, something. So it just couldn't keep my attention. And I don't really think there was any other reason than it just was kind of boring. Ooh, that's probably the worst thing a movie could be. If it's bad, it still keeps you awake. But the creature's cool. Okay, the creature's cool, and there's some gore that's pretty good. There's some blood. So
yes, there is.
Yeah.
I don't hate that I watched it. I'm glad I watched it because I'm willing to watch any 80s horror film at least once. So yeah, that is all.
All righty, thank you, Crystal. Mr. Chad Hunt, how about you? Had you seen this before?
No, but I used to see it on the shelf in the video store, Blockbuster, or so when I passed it by many times, thinking I'll read the book first, or I'll read the story first, and then I'll watch the movie. Well, I never got around to doing either one. So, but so this is my first time watching it, and yeah, I agree with Crystal. This aside from a great monster, and great makeup effects and gore and stuff like that, this was a slog to get through. I mean,
yes, that's exactly it. Yep.
It was boring. I mean, at least, like Crystal said, if it's bad, at least it can be entertaining. If it's bad, but this is just the most boring dialogue, the most boring characters and acting, and if somebody can explain to me that ending, I might even say it was entertaining, but I have no idea what was going on at the ending when he got pulled out of the hole and the little fakes Halloween store skeleton hand was holding on to, just patting him on the back as they were pulling him out. I did not get that ending at all, and it was just it was like a Coke commercial or something at the end. They go skipping off into the darkness. I'd like to teach the world to sing, and I was like, come on, dude, come on. I was just bored. It sucked all the ass.
Yeah,
not just fair. Some of it. It was boring as hell. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bill Mulligan.
I'm so glad you all are saying this, because I was afraid. There's a lot going on in my life right now. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but there's a lot of it. It's like a Chinese buffet. And so I wasn't really going in with the right frame of mind. And, pretty quickly into this movie, I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. Maybe is my negative attitude besmirching a otherwise good film? This to me is like the definition of mid. It's not terrible. I think I'd enjoy it more if it were terrible. Terrible movies have their own special enjoyment. You can get to laugh at them and everything, but this is just mid. The production values are okay, which in some ways is annoying. When you watch a really cheap garbage movie, you're like, listen, it's the best they could do for what budget they clearly did not have. When you see something like this, it's like there's nothing stopping them from having maybe run that script through a few more generations and thought things out. The creature is good. I don't find it scary or particularly Lovecraftian. It's kind of clean. I'd like it a little more grimy. When I think of Lovecraft, good Lovecraft films, I mean, the ones that come to mind, of course, are From Beyond and Reanimator and Color Out of Space. I mean, they've got some real gushy qualities to them, or colorful, something. It's a good monster, but it's just foam latex monster, clean, a little too pretty. I like my demons to look like they just crawled out of hell. Well, unless they're like sophisticated demons, and then then they should be wearing a monocle and a top hat and be all well coiffed. But the characters were so unengaging. And I just didn't care. The gore, which Crystal mentioned, I counted 4 times. It was good because you're you find yourself grasping at straws. There was nothing terrible about this. I had never seen it. I passed it by many times because I've learned that when they slap H.P. Lovecraft on the front, you better find out if the movie's good. Now, sometimes it is. There's actually way more Lovecraft movies than I ever imagined. So, because I found that out because I didn't realize I was moderating this panel. So it's like, better start looking. And you're like, let's see, will we have enough to talk about? Oh yeah, we got plenty to talk about. We can skip the Unnamable. There's a whole bunch of more interesting attempts out there. Have they always been successful? No. But then a lot of the short stories, Jeff was talking before he read the short story, and it's really just 2 guys yapping. There, it's not very cinematic because it wasn't written for cinema. It was written for pulps.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Lovecraft wasn't trying to write something that you could make a movie out of. So as a result, a lot of his stuff is not. But then I don't know if it's any worse than the Poe adaptations. Most of the adaptations of Edgar Allan Poe just take the title and run with it. You know, The Raven has nothing to do with the poem The Raven. So Lovecraft, interesting writer, definitely influential. Oh my God, the influence of this guy is off the charts. And this is one you could probably skip. There's a whole bunch of others. Come to our panel and we'll talk about some of the others you could go see. But I don't hate the film. I didn't care enough to hate it.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
I'll rewatch some films I've hated, but I don't
Yeah.
imagine I'm rewatching this one anytime soon.
All right.
But thanks for picking it. Thanks for picking it. I mean, sooner or later.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you, Jeff, I bought the Blu-ray more.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
God.
As a matter of fact, that's my my recommendation is it did not seem Blu-ray worthy.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, and
the
folks,
That's saying
remember
a
all
lot.
the films that he's
yeah. Well, if it's a legendarily bad one, I'll buy it, or has some other topic of interest. And I, because it's Lovecraft, who would have? I would have thought maybe, but yeah, it's not very good. I don't know what else to say about it. Just what everybody else has said. I do agree the creature and the effects are pretty good, and actually, out of all the people in the movie, the only ones that ended up like going on that have kind of a pedigree are the people that did the special effects. They did some prior work with other people. And the creature, I like the creature, but I agree, it doesn't seem Lovecraftian. So, and I read the story, it's fairly short, and it's just like in the movie, these two guys are sitting out on this slab outside this house, and they're arguing back and forth about whether something can be unnamable or not. That if you can sense it, then you should be able to describe it and name it. And no, it's unnamable. And then he starts to tell him a story about his uncle and blah, 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 blah. And then apparently Carter releases the information or reveals the information that this is the house where my uncle encountered the unnamable. And, suddenly they start smelling weird stuff and everything. And anyway, they're attacked. And then they wake up in the hospital. And Carter asks the other guy, what was it? What did you see? What was it like? He said, it was everywhere. A gelatin, a slime. Yet it had shapes, 1,000 shapes of horror beyond all memory. There were eyes and a blemish. It was the pit, the maelstrom, the ultimate abomination. Carter, it was the unnamable.
Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun.
Yep.
That's the
Sounds
closing
like
line of the story, and
Yeah.
that has no.
we didn't see that coming.
They didn't go
well,
skipping off into the darkness.
No.
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 Mhm.
Oh,
I think
man.
they were affected.
It's
forever.
weird.
What a
Mhm.
ripoff.
So
Sounds like
anyway,
my first week of college, you can sit around with a bunch of buddies, check out your first beer or whatever, and next thing you know,
it
you
looks
wake up in the
decent, but when they got to, I think for me, when it got to the house, when they all went into the house, I was kind of like, it wasn't really. It didn't seem really connected. Like there was a connected story there. It just was
Mhm.
like different shit happened to people in different places in the house, and sometimes they split up and sometimes they were back together, and I didn't really get what the reason. Oh, now Biff and the other girl are here, and now the other guy is this, and now they're there, and I didn't get any of that. Then there was little special effects gags and stuff. So yeah, it's okay, and it's not terribly long. I think it was 90 minutes. Does that seem right?
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
felt longer.
The Unnamable 2 is an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, so it's longer. Is it better?
No, it is
No,
not.
he said no.
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
not.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Again, it looks great. You actually see much more of the creature, and wow, that would be a spoiler.
Go ahead.
But you also get to see the woman that was turned into the creature, bonded with the creature through whatever shenanigans happened 300 years ago or whatever it was. So,
yeah.
Anyway, all righty. I think that must be it for
this could be a fast podcast.
First impressions. And now it's time for taglines with Chad.
Okay.
By Chad his own self. Okay.
Oh, there's not too many of them. You're in luck.
Yeah, I'm glad to. There are things on God's earth that we can't explain and we can't describe. From the depths of hell comes the Unnamable.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
It'll drive the thorns of fear and pleasure into your skin one by one.
The thorns of fear and pleasure.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That is the translation of an Italian.
That's all I got to say about that.
We had to have
makes
at least
more
one.
sense.
We had to have
That's
at least
wild.
one more. So it will drive.
Oh,
We
just
did.
that's
Well,
it.
and you know what? I did see a box set of it that had the picture. It was like with 4 cosmic horror movies, and the picture on the front was this creature, and it had something on the front that said something about. Oh, this one was German. Said something about first there was Dario Argento, and now it has these 4 movies.
And now there's what?
One of them was The Nameless, yeah. So
Sidney
anyway.
Albom with his great movie, The Unnamable.
All righty. Well, I guess that's been Taglines with Chad.
Chad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
Yeehaw. Now it is time to move into some of this other stuff. So, posters. So those are the taglines.
It was slim pickings on graphics this week.
Well, this is I think the poster because it has like poster stuff on it.
This looks familiar to me.
That's the VHS cover for sure.
It's got all the ads and all that stuff on there, and
what I remember.
And I kind of like the crashing fonts here that are just like stomping all over each other.
Yeah, they are.
Doesn't the creature look like Ron Perlman here?
It does, kind of.
It definitely looks like a male.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed in a gazillion years that it's a female demon.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's not a bad poster. It's minimal and
no, I think
keeps
it looks
in
cool,
shadows,
actually.
which is wise.
It's tagline at the top, very dark and kind of red face. Okay, and then there's this one, which is really pretty nice.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. Looks now, see, that's definitely a female demon. It looks like a Wendigo, really.
She kind of seems like a banshee, though, to me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's just odd. It's just an interesting creature. And I mean, it looked like she had little wings, almost like a bat or something.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Useless wings. Useless. No way they're
Yes.
going to work. Submariner has more realistic wings than she does.
And it had the weird horns that came down the front.
Yeah, she does look like a banshee. Interesting you say that. And we've got a headless body dangling from a rope. We've got some guy being pulled out of a well.
You got the head laying next to the
head. Yeah, so it kind of gives you some of the high points there are. Not a bad poster.
Isn't that the guy being pulled out of hell at the end?
Well, out of the grave or whatever that is. I don't know where they're at.
I'm glad you guys are asking about that because I literally have forgotten the ending of this movie. And that's the thing. I think part of it is my not so great attitude. But when it was over, and I was like, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to say. It was like I quickly realized I'd forgotten. I was trying to think of something I had to bring up about this film, and nothing was jumping at me. Hey, wasn't it cool when? I'm like, I like the monster.
It was an interesting thing they did with her hands. They look like the skin's been de-sleeved and
Gloved.
Degloved.
Degloved. That's the word. Yeah, I said de-sleeved.
And I feel like there
No.
was an interesting backstory here, but that's not what we got.
No, it was weird. It was.
Well, so they did the same stuff that's in the story. They
Ugh.
had the two guys.
Ugh.
Mhm.
I can't remember if they're sitting out on the slab at first or if they're sitting in the library first. That's the thing. There's like no anchors in the story for me to remember what happened first or second, or I just,
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah. And they're having their discussion about, he apparently believes in the supernatural, but he doesn't believe anything could possibly be called the unnamable for some weird reason.
So here's the problem with Lovecraft's work. Okay. If we're being real, his stories are not really stories. Generally, not very much happens in them. It's
Mhm.
more about maybe a few things happening, but you get more of an internal dialogue and what's happening to the character, usually, generally being driven into madness.
Mhm.
And that doesn't translate well
Right.
for a
No.
movie. So that's why it's rare to have his stories actually translated as they are written. And well, let's be real. He mainly wrote short stories and he wasn't very good with long stories. He just wasn't. That's not his thing. So,
Mhm.
that's another aspect of so really he's more just inspiration. So I think
Well,
I
not
think
very
that's
many
what I meant.
movies made from Lovecraft stuff are literal recreations of
Yeah,
Lovecraft
they're
stories.
just
It's like Reanimator is nothing like the story. I mean, they took a lot of liberties with the story. Reanimator, Dagon, a lot of those that are very good movies. I
Yeah.
love Dagon, which is
oh,
a
I love
much better
Dagon.
film.
It's my favorite.
But
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
basically take some of the bigger ideas and sort of
Right.
reinterpret the ideas because a lot of that stuff is unfilmable.
Well, and the thing about Lovecraft,
Yeah.
the weakness, I guess, in terms of his adaptability is also the strength of why he is still so influential. It's a lot of his stories have great ideas in them, and that was enough to excite other writers. A lot of what we associate with Lovecraft comes from this shared universe that you go ahead, you write about Cthulhu, you write about the Necronomicon, they back then it was kind of cool that there were these friends. He was a good friend with Robert E. Howard, and they would work in each other's universe. I think
Mhm.
that's something I really kind of admire about those folks, because they're competing for a very niche market, but they're also kind of happy to work with each other and explore these different ideas. The ideas that Lovecraft came up with will go on forever. The whole cosmic horror and the idea of these elder gods, and other people did it as well, maybe even before him, but it just seems like his stuff really kind of grabbed onto people's imagination. But yeah, most of the stuff is not adaptable without really putting some more meat on the bones here, and there's just not enough meat here.
The closest I can say would be Richard Stanley's Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of the closest
Right.
Lovecraft adaptations.
Well, I think there was one that we did, Crystal, on Gruesome magazine, where the guy goes into the restroom at the rest area.
Glorious.
Yes, I thought that was visually
It's very Lovecraft. That's what I was telling Bill about. I was like,
yeah.
that's super Lovecraftian, but it's definitely just an inspiration. But like
is that the one that
the
had
whole
J.
idea
Jonah
that-
Jameson in the
Yeah.
glory hole?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
He was the
Okay.
voice. He
J.K.
was the voice of
Simmons.
God,
Yeah.
or whoever. I forget.
It's so good. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
So I was trying to find a little piece here, because I was reading this Lovecraft story and going, oh my God.
Well, it's like when you were, Jeff, when you were reading the stuff. Imagine being the special effects guy tasked with, okay, there's got to be this big gelatinous blob and it has no shape but all the shapes, and go. And you're like, oh, can I just kill myself? That's going to look terrible.
I mean, he's like master of the. Moreover, so far as aesthetic theory was involved, if the psychic emanations of human creatures be grotesque distortions, what coherent representation could express or portray so gibbous and infamous a nebulosity as the specter of a malign, chaotic perversion, itself a morbid blasphemy against nature? Molded by the dead brain of a hybrid nightmare, would not such a vaporous terror constitute in all loathsome truth the exquisitely, the shriekingly unnameable? Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's not even a bit. That was part of there where it's like he uses every word that's ever been used to describe like a haunted house or something in like one paragraph.
And it's a little unfair for us to judge by the writing styles, just like acting styles have changed. If any actor came out now and acted the way the greats, Humphrey Bogart and James Cagney, acted, people are like, what the hell? Because there's a level of theatricality that, nowadays is not what people go for. And the writing too. And I've seen a number of publishers, and John Hartness will talk about how it's great to be inspired by the masters of the past, but that's not how people write now, and that's not what readers are looking for.
Right.
So it's different.
Well, back then, those old pulps, they got paid by the word anyway, so they're probably throwing as many words in there as they can.
I think they got paid by the adverb because, man.
I think that's why a lot of people discover that stuff when they're younger, because you're not you're just devouring something new, and you're not going, oh, this language is really stilted. You're kind of getting into it. Edgar Allan Poe, Lovecraft, H.G. Wells, all that stuff doesn't really.
I agree. I think you're onto something there. When you're a kid, you don't have a lot of context. You don't have a lot of life experiences. So the more descriptive and florid the writing is, the more you're able to paint a picture in your head. That you need all those adverbs to kind of fill in the gaps and everything. But when you get older, you're reading and it's like, this is a tough going here. I don't need all this. But I could see me reading this under the covers with like a flashlight when I'm supposed to be asleep, and like, oh man.
Oh, that description of the monster, though. I mean, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very florid, but it was.
It makes its point.
Yeah.
Beats it into the ground.
All right, these are the male folk. So at the top are the two.
I got confused about
welcome to my world.
Those two guys at the top, I can't remember if they were frat guys or if they were we're just the official welcoming committee.
I'm pretty sure the guy on the left is a frat boy. Look at how he's wearing that.
Yeah, anybody that wears a sweater like that needs his ass beat.
So they're Blaine Wheatley, and Eben Ham are those two guys, and they move right into these two women in the library, but it's not the ones we're worried about. On the bottom is their friend on the left is Joe Manton. That's played by Mark Pera. And then on the middle, let's see, that is Howard Charles Klausmeyer, and the one on the right is Mark Kinsey Stevenson as Randolph Carter, who is a character that comes up in multiple Lovecraft stories. But they just have these conversations, and it's always Carter, Howard, and so I assume playing off of Lovecraft's first name a little bit too. Anyway, the guy on the left doesn't last very long.
No,
he decides to go in there on his own, and that's all she wrote.
Oh, that was the first guy. Okay.
Yeah, it's the guy that gets his head ripped off, right?
Yeah,
makes sense.
And for some reason, she's collecting the blood in a bucket.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
For some odd reason.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Just cause. That's why.
The two female leads on the top is the character's name is Wendy. Her name is Laura Albert. And the one at the bottom is, what is her name? Her name is Alexandra Durrell as Tanya. And these are the two Unnamables are the only two movies she made.
Oh, wow.
At least in IMDb. Wendy did a few
Must have been a favor.
But anyway,
there's a lot of folks who want to be in a movie just to cross that off their bucket list, and they'll usually work cheap. So,
and that's it. That's it for the cast. But
yeah.
and I actually thought the Wendy was the better actress of the two. The one on the top, Laura Albert. But that's okay. I mean, they were fine for what they were supposed to do. So what else do we have here? We've got a monster.
Couple pictures of monster, because the monster is the high point.
Honestly, it looks so cool. I still like it. I really do think it's
a
really
great
neat
monster
looking creature. You know, it kind of reminds me of a lot of things, but it kind of reminds me of the John Lithgow Twilight Zone. You know, the creature on the plane. Partially.
It does have, yeah.
But this one's actually nicer. I think this one's actually more attractive looking. It's
and
really
the actress
cool.
playing the monster, and I don't have her name. Well, she does a good job. She does, and not everyone can do that. That's a lot of crap on you.
The creature is Katrine Alexandra.
Okay, Katrine.
They usually get like a dancer or somebody with a lot of graceful movement to play these type of roles.
Boy, that makes a difference. If anyone out there going to make a monster movie, if you can find a dancer, they're trained.
You need someone.
They're trained to know their body, and they can just, the difference between just doing something and doing it with a certain body awareness really can add so much to the role.
But again, as good as she looks in this, and as good as she is, there's just nothing that screams cosmic horror about her whatsoever.
If you say she was summoned, I'll believe you. If you say this is some, but no, there's nothing really cosmic horror here.
Well, it's just what you guys were saying. They're trying to solidify the unnamable, and it's not.
I can think of 1,000 names for her right now.
Yeah.
Good try, and it's good effects, but not what we would call Lovecraftian. And for a budget of $350,000 in 1987.
She looks great. She looks great.
A lot of it went to this because it's a good job.
And they have actually a pretty big special effects crew in terms of. And
the hands look nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes with these monsters, they put a lot of work into the face, and then the hands just look afterthought.
Yeah, no, they
just slapped on.
You're right. And she did move really well. I don't know what her background was, but I thought she was a good bodysuit actor, for this character. All right, here's another monster picture.
See, again, though, she's too clean. There's no griminess. This is a demon. I guess she's been living in the basement of this house, or just I don't know.
But the whitest, I love paled out monsters. Yeah. I think they look so cool. I mean, there is ways they could have still made her hands, and they still made her look dirty and still.
I mean, she showers at least twice a day and uses the expensive conditioner with the papaya extract. Clearly.
Yeah, it's not ratty like you've been down there for 300 years. But it is. They did do the hooves and made that part of the costume with her walking around with those hooves on. Anyway, which I always give them kudos for.
And you have to hand it to them too to give the effects crew by doing her hands like that, the gloved look, because it gives the character an air of mystery. Like, why is that? Makes it a more interesting to look at.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. It almost so I know I keep bringing up different things that reminds me of, but it almost seems like a siren as well, like partially bird, like bird hands,
like a harpy.
Oh yeah.
Especially, like because you said, she does have those tiny little wings. Yeah, and then I just think of I'm not gonna lie, I love this monster. Okay, I love this monster. I think I like the monster so much. It's too bad it couldn't save the film.
Jeff, is it
Really.
the same monster in the sequel?
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be foolish to reinvent the
different.
wheel.
I think different characters though, because I don't want to get into it.
Well, I think the Stevenson guy is in the.
Both those guys are in the second one.
Howard and the other guy.
Howard and Carter are both in
Howard,
the second
yeah.
one. Who did I say? David Warner has like the slimmest of cameos. He's like the chancellor of Miskatonic University, and they have to go meet with him to, I don't know, to go.
Oh, I would totally see David Warner
this again.
Yeah.
And then how do you say the name? John Reese Davis? Reese.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, he was in wasn't he in Indiana Jones?
Yeah,
Indiana
God,
Jones.
he's in so much.
Yeah,
Like
he was great. He's in it, and he's sort of the historical arcane expert that goes with him into the house.
I don't know if you heard that. We're about to have a thunderstorm. Did you hear that?
No,
Sorry.
no,
It's like lightning. So like I thought it was like upstairs. Sorry. It was
so if you
super
suddenly
loud.
vanish, it's
The noise is
Yeah,
coming
okay.
from inside the house.
I was like,
your
what the
cat
heck?
knocking things over.
Oh, that could happen.
So yeah, and so talking a little bit about the effects, and I don't know all these names, but they said that because the creature was played by a woman, they had a woman that actually worked with her with the costume. Now, in the credits, it says R. Christopher Biggs was the designer. And now I'm not seeing it, but I did find it and paste it into, you got to scroll way down towards the bottom to special effects. It lists a bunch of people that said they worked for Art and Magic. And then R. Christopher Biggs was the creature designer. And then under makeup department, it lists R. Christopher Biggs, special makeup effects artist. And then Camille Calvette, assistant special makeup effects artist. But they said that she's the one that worked with the woman to get with Katrine Alexandra to get into the costume, worked with her. And then it took, what did it say somewhere? It said, was it 8 hours?
That sounds crazy, but that's totally believable.
9 hours. It took 9 hours to put Katrine Alexandra in all the creature makeup.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a long
Because
time.
I mean, she's got the whole suit. I was there for 6.
I was just going to ask how long.
6, maybe 7.
To the viewers out there, you'll get the opportunity to see our Crystal in a really cool costume at some point, and it's 6 hours.
Like that was just that, and then this like head, and then there was a small back piece. But I mean, they didn't have to do full, but they did do a full body paint. Like I got my whole body painted, so that's part of it. She's probably just wearing some, fuzzy, warmer leg warmers. It sounds silly, but they look good. So, I mean, I hate to say that, but yeah, neat.
So yeah, so we got that in this. I wanted to credit the special effects folks, and they have done like Camille was part of a crew that got a couple of Emmys. She's nominated for a ton of Emmys, but she won 2. One was for The Stand in 1994.
Oh, like the show, the series?
Yeah. And the second one was
neat.
for Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1994.
Ooh,
and in The Stand, she worked with Steve Johnson, who we talked about last week, and a few others. Michael Westmore, Karen Westerfield, Dean Gates, Dean Jones, for people at Deep Space Nine. So she worked on, it looks like she worked on some Star Trek series, 83 episodes on makeup department on Deep Space Nine. Also Vanilla Sky, Minority Report.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she's got some some kind of cool credits. Firefly, the TV series, all 13
Oh,
episodes.
that's nice. It's too bad that show ended, man. Didn't even get a chance.
I need to watch that again. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's good.
And then our Christopher Biggs did like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I wonder if
my favorite.
That's a good one.
If Ralph knows him, I should have shot him a text. Donnie Darko, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Ooh.
Love Donnie Darko.
Demolition Man.
Okay.
So
it makes sense as to why the effects
are good,
are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like clearly that part of the movie was stellar.
And if it's early in their career, they probably, gave them far more than what they got paid in terms of money's worth, to try to get something for their reels. Anyway, that's good stuff. So then we got a little bit of gore here.
And look, it still looks good. I don't have a problem with this either. Like it's
I didn't even notice his tongue is his tongue hanging out there when he wakes up and looks at him. The neck, I thought the neck was great. I don't know why. It's just looked like really torn.
It's one of the better looking heads I've
seen.
seen.
It's crazy because like this stuff is so good. It's just wow, what a disappointment. The rest of the if the rest of the movie had been the caliber of the special effects, oh my god, this movie would be a cult classic. People would love it.
Yeah, it's too talky.
And
then when it winds up, which I mean that's the way that the story is, basically two guys sitting there talking.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden something happens off screen, off page, and they're in the hospital. And he gives them a 2-sentence wind up. Anyway. The Unnamable. Well, Hoopman. What else do we say about this?
If you're an effects fan, a creature fan, watch it for the gore or watch it for the makeup effects and stuff like that. But if you're a story fan, don't steer clear of it, I'd say.
If you want a movie on the background while you're doing your taxes or something, it won't distract you from the work at hand.
That's true. That's true. And you could just look up when you hear like screaming.
When you hear someone scream, it's like, oh, that's nicely done.
Yeah.
So it was a couple of details here in the scene where the monster tears the first guy's heart out. They used the lamb's heart.
Oh, I was wondering why. See, the heart looked so good. I was like, damn, that heart actually looks really good.
Oh, that's an old trick. Why reinvent the wheel when there's plenty of lambs with perfectly good hearts that you can use?
That no little kids are attached to at all.
Yeah.
And it turned out Camille Calvet, who did the special effects, she also, whenever there were close-up shots of the creature's hands, that were her hands. I'm not sure why they do that. Maybe that just meant they didn't have to pay the actress as many days or something.
Yeah, they probably had the gloves. They were probably gloves then. And so that's smarter. I mean, cheaper.
Especially if they only had the actress for a certain period of time.
And instead of having to have her be on set for only that, it seems kind of silly, honestly.
So this is the way it's listed in some of the reviews.
Oh no, I'm excited. I didn't even look at
Lurker in the Lobby, a guide to the cinema of H.P. Lovecraft.
Good book.
The authors write, The Unnamable is not a great film, but the low-budget Holmes-Watson team of Randolph Carter and Howard Damon make for fun viewing. Oulé's restrained direction, Stevenson's performance as Randolph, and Katrine Alexandra's elegant portrayal of the creature help lift the film out of the muck of dead teen flicks from the 80s and onto the shelf of Lovecraftian cinema.
That was being very generous. Yeah, that's very generous.
That's a kind review.
TV Guide gave the film a mixed review, awarding it 2 out of 4 stars, complimenting the film's makeup effects and reanimator-like appeal.
Okay. I could see the effects portions of
and
that.
then a
stuff.
review
Yeah, sure.
from Cinema Fantastique
they can be cruel.
said better titled The Unwatchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Cinefantasy
Yeah.
I know and love.
That's the one. So anyway, I wouldn't go quite that far, but it's.
I have a.
No,
I've
I
spent-
think it's worth watching just for the gore and the creature.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, like
Yeah.
I have no desire to watch it again. Don't get me wrong. I saw it, but if you've never seen it, I do think the creature's freaking cool, and you get to see quite a bit of it, and you get to see a decent fight.
Yeah, they give you
Like that
full
was a good
shots.
part
Yeah,
of the film.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And it's hidden at the beginning and the opening for a
Yeah.
while. You know, I don't think you really get a look at it when he rips the heart out of that one guy. You
No.
just see the hand plunge in.
I'm trying to think if you do see a portion of that, but that could have been filmed at any point. See,
Right.
Right.
they could have filmed like a bit of that, like, but I don't remember
All right.
honestly.
Well, I think that's it for the Unnamable.
The Unnamable.
Something we had all seen and not paid much attention
Ever
to
watched,
before.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
All right, feedback. We do have some feedback. So first, I want to. I'm going to revisit one from last episode. Anthony Hudak wrote in about The Hitcher, and so I went and rewatched Hitcher. We talked about doing that, and I have the time. But he starts off by saying, basically we said we came up with all these plot holes in it, right? And so speaking of the truck, where you come out, he comes out of the bathroom and Jennifer Jason Leigh is gone and she's all tied up in the truck and there's police all around and everything. And how the hell did he set that up? And he says, I think he already had the truck set up, called the cops and told them he would only talk to Jim. Otherwise he would kill her. That could totally have happened. I mean, he could have had all that stuff all set up. He drags her out there, ties her up. You'd think somebody would have saw him, but it was early in the morning. So I don't know. Then the split personality theory, he didn't like that. But when I re-listened to our episode, you guys were almost convincing me that some of it made sense. Well, the one thing that's odd is that he wakes up in the jail cell and the jail cell's unlocked. But
Right. Mm-hmm.
John Ryder could have come in and unlocked the cell first. Although we hear gunshots, I guess he could have fired gunshots just to wake him up. I don't know. Everybody out in the office is killed. He does pick up a gun, but anyway. And then we kind of said, it doesn't make any sense what he's doing. It seems like it's illogical. But I was thinking about it when I was rewatching it, and I thought, what's the logic of serial killers?
Mhm.
They may have a method or a mode or some tragic inner, wound that they're trying to feed, but in the end, they're just killing people, and there is no real normal motive behind it. And whether or not he could have caught up with him in all these places, he could have, because there was a lot of legs. There was a time where he's walking, he cracked what does the car burn up, or the car, whatever it is, he has to run. He runs a bunch of way before he gets to the where Jennifer Jason Leigh is working. And then the idea of how did the knife get into his pocket? Well, number one, he was in the car with him. I don't know if he had his jacket on when that happened, but when he walks into the diner, he throws his jacket across one of the stools at the counter, and then goes into the bathroom and gets cleaned up. And then she's in the kitchen on the other side of the window, cooking him fries and a burger. So he could have come in and put that in there. And then she sets a plate up top, and then she kind of looks to see if Jim is coming out, and he's not. So then she goes out the back door. You don't really know where she went, but she's so he could have come up and put the finger in the fries. Then all that stuff could have happened. But like Bill said too, it had to take it had to take a sequence of events where everybody did what they were supposed to do.
Right.
You know, nobody looked at him. Nobody, you know.
Obviously, I'm frozen again, but I kind of like this look, so I'm going to leave it as it is.
It's very studious.
It is, yeah.
Academic looking.
It looks like me watching the Unnamable again, just like zoning into my happy place.
So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, Anthony, that I did watch it again. And you know what? I bought it. The car crashes are always kind of, you know, and the I didn't have any problem with the helicopter.
So you're saying you're giving Anthony the coveted Marvel no prize?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Allow me to give you a hearty hand clasp. Okay. What W.C. Fields always got in the bank, Dick. It made sense to me. All those things. I you know, if I thought it through, it wasn't totally unreasonable to think he could have turned up in all those places and that he was kind of following them. And so that's my story. Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Anthony.
Episode
I appreciate the
279.
time that takes, because come on, that's a lot of work to go through.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate the comment. So, and obviously you have a lot of feelings about that film, as I do, because when I watch it again, I kept thinking, God, I need to watch this more often. I just really like the characters. What do we have? Episode 279, Inferno. Chad, you want to take this one? Michael O'Brien.
Michael says, why does the cook run and kill that guy getting attacked by rats? I never understood that part.
Oh, Michael, trying to find logic in an Argento movie.
That's just where I was going. That's the only thing you didn't understand. Maybe you need to explain the rest to us.
You got to look at it. Argento movies are just like it's when one of your friends, for reasons no one can ever figure out, feels compelled to tell you their dream, and you keep waiting for a reason why they're doing it, and then this happened, and then this happened, then a guy came out and killed this guy with rats. I don't know, and then and like, okay, shut up, just stop.
Oh, they wanted to tell you a dream because it'd make a great movie.
It'd make a great movie. It's like tell Dario Argento.
Oh, I know. Have the cook kill him.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
That was it.
We just lost
Crystal, come back.
Oh, Crystal, my frozen face doesn't look nearly as good when you enlarge it. Come back. We need to go back to a fourth.
We can do this for
there
now.
We go. Oh, much better.
Okay. Episode 287, Silent.
I bet the thunder got her.
That could be.
Yeah.
They were getting a storm. 287, Bill. Silent Rage. West.
Silent Rage. Wes says, hey, Grue Crew, no review of this movie. I'm not watching it after your review. Okay, you're welcome.
Our work here is done.
Yeah, but here's a couple of Chuck Norris anecdotes. I watched the movie Hot Fuzz for the first time this weekend. Is it horror adjacent? Yes. There's a town with a secret who is shunning an outsider cop like Wicker Man, a cabal, a killer in a black hooded cape, lots of violence. Maybe? Oh, you sold me. Anyway, when the two main characters are shopping in a grocery store, one of them who's really into action films stops at the DVD dollar bin. The first movie he pulls out is Silent Rage. Sounds like it belongs in the discount section.
Absolutely.
Item 2. Yep. When I was starting to get into the more gruesome films of the 1980s as a 12-year-old, I watched Chuck's film Missing in Action 2. In one scene, a POW gets his brains blown out in a close-up. The grossest horror films didn't bother me, but that sure did. The next day, we went to dinner at a restaurant where I ordered chicken parmesan. Uh-oh. I was still feeling a little squeamish about the film when my mom's dinner arrived. Rainbow trout with the head and tail on. Well, it was the first and only time I lost my appetite. Thanks, Chuck Norris.
See what a jerk Chuck Norris is?
Man, he's just spreading unhappiness around the world.
He probably came by their table and threw a steak on the floor.
That's right. Spinning kick into mom's
all right.
throat.
Chad, episode 291, Night of the Demons from Thomas Furchok.
Thomas says, I could see bypassing the dolly zoom shot, but I was surprised you didn't mention the shot of the broken mirror at the feet of the partygoers, where each shard features a different character. I remember that part. Mm-hmm. For a low-budget 80s effort, the fact that they attempted the shot is amazing. The result is astounding.
Yeah, and that's I had to go back and look because I couldn't remember exactly. I must have faded out during that. It is pretty cool.
A portent of things to come.
And the dolly zoom too was cool. I remember thinking about that when they did it, and but I didn't follow through on it. So good catch, Thomas.
P.S. If you're harassed by cops after escaping zombie/demons, etc., don't tell them you've been terrorized by a gang of pedophile politicians. It's more likely you'd be detained and disappeared rather than let go as the cops investigate the pedophiles.
Well, yeah.
Well, that could be. That's
the world we're living in.
It's a valid point.
Thank you very much, Thomas, and apologize for missing that stuff on Night of the Demons. And thank you for pointing them out. Manny Lamont, 5757, Bill on Night of the Demons.
Manny says, Night of the Demons, this is the perfect Halloween 80s horror film. Scared of this film more so than the original Phantasm, though I'm a big fan of that film also. Eat a bowl of 80s. There you go. I'm going to work that into a classroom tomorrow.
And eat remember, everybody, eat a bowl of 80s. I love
80s.
when they make jokes that I don't quite get. I think maybe I get them, but I'm just not really sure.
That's the same as the cereal, 80os?
80os. Oh, man, that'd be a great cereal. 80os, and we have like different mascots,
okay.
You know, Freddy's on the cover.
Madonna. All the horror.
Well,
I knew it was a joke because he's got a laughing emoji next to it. So, and finally, on Night of the Demons from Jose.
Jose says, whose birthday it is today as we're recording this. So happy birthday, buddy.
Jose.
I've sure read and heard a lot about this one over the years. About 5 years ago, I bought it on sale, and as we speak, it is still sitting sealed in the man cave.
Ooh,
I'll be watching it this Halloween.
All right, man.
I got some of those.
Yep.
Usually I open them up and play them just to make sure they play, but
worth buying, but not actually worth watching.
A lot of stuff that I bought it because it's on sale, and surely we'll do it on Decades of Horror sometime. And
surely.
Yeah. There they are, wrapped in plastic, just like Laura Palmer.
Yep.
Okay. Plenty of ways to stay in touch. Thanks to Jose, Manny, Thomas. Who else did we have here? Wes, Diorio. God, I'm so glad you're back, buddy. Michael O'Brien and Anthony, once again, who inspired me to watch Hitcher again, and I'm very thankful for that. So appreciate it. You can make comments on the Gruesome Magazine YouTube channel, or you can send emails to feedback@gruesomemagazine.com. We also have a Facebook group, Gruesome Magazine's HNR and DOH podcast Facebook group. And go to the website, gruesomemagazine.com. Or if you want back audio versions of old Decades of Horror, go to decadesofhorror.com. So please, we love comments. Also, please like, share, hit the alerts, all that jazz. Subscribe.
Tell your friends.
And we do have a Patreon. We have a Patreon group, and for just a few small dollars a month, you will get Decades of Horror the day after we record them, assuming there's no problems. The day after the last time we record them. Anyway, otherwise it's like 12 days to 2 weeks before they go public. So, and what else can you get there on Patreon?
You can get our fantastic coverage of the Night Stalker series, episode by episode, and then a follow-up closeout episode. So you get 21 episodes for the price of one.
Available nowhere else.
Yeah.
So that's it. We love our Patreon folks too. And Doc has been doing a Patreon trivia question. He sends it by email every day from the Trivial Pursuit Horror Edition, in which case some of them are unbelievably hard and some of them are unbelievably easy. And I never had that edition of it. I tried to buy it here a couple years ago, but I couldn't get it anywhere. Anyway, join our Patreon. So that's it for this episode. But every 2 weeks, we'll be focusing on a specific film released between 1980 and 1989. Next up is one chosen by Chad. What are we doing, Chad?
Now, I'm going to say this first. I've never seen this movie. I saw it on the video shelves back in the day. I never saw it because it just looked cheesy to me. But I've heard things about it. Okay. Yep. I've heard some startling things about it that if you don't see me here next time for this one, you'll know why. But we're doing Demonoid from 1981 with Samantha Eggar, Stuart Whitman, and it's streaming on Tubi, Pluto TV, Plex, and $2 pay-per-view.
Wait, what's that sound in the distance? Is it thunder? No, it's the sound of Jerry Chandler going squee.
I thought it was finger scratching on the carpet.
He loves this movie.
You know, and you look at the poster of this, the Demonoid. There's a giant devil-like creature, like right out of Fantasia.
Yeah,
right, like Thunder Mountain, with a big sword and giant horns, and scantily clad women around his legs, grabbing his legs, and a big screaming giant head behind him.
And that's why I picked it.
That sounds great.
That stuff ain't in the movie, I don't think.
Oh, no.
Stuart,
like I said, I've heard things.
Lied?
I don't know. Maybe there might be a real poster in here somewhere too.
It looks like an album for a really good heavy metal band.
Yeah, or a really bad heavy metal band.
Well, yeah.
This will be a trip, you know. So yeah, I looked to see if anybody had requested this, and nobody had. But I know that Jerry Chandler has.
Jerry lit a candle in church every weekend that we would pick this film.
Yeah, that and The Hand, Oliver Stone's.
Either that, or it must have a severed hand in it.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
If you look at the poster again, you'll notice that right in front of the two scantily clad babes is a hand reaching out to grab the title of the movie.
Yes.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, there's no arm behind that hand, is there? No.
Fantastic.
No story. Well,
I don't want to. I'll wait to spoil it till 2 weeks from now. So
yeah.
Anyway,
good pick, Chad.
We'll see.
Y'all have a good one. Thanks so much, Chad and Bill, and thanks, Crystal.
Yes, Crystal.
She was getting a thunderstorm, and so we think we probably lost power or blew out her internet or something. But she'll be back. And anybody who's in the Atlanta area in 2 weeks, you should check out Dragon Con.
Yeah.
And
there's
you'll see the biggest crowd of people you ever saw at a convention. And
oh, absolutely. And you'll see me, you'll see Crystal, Christopher G. Moore. I'm trying to think if there's other, if any of the other Grue Crew gang might be down there. I just saw they updated the app, so I need to go through it. Most depressing thing ever. You go through the app for Dragon Con, and it's like, oh, this panel would be great. Click add to my schedule, and you go down a little bit more. And it's like, oh, this is even better. Click. You already have something during that time. It's the worst.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you,
Grue believers.
Thank you. I'm waving.
Say good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.